Hi. Hi, Cedric. Hi, Lily. Who else is not here? Who else do we say hi to?
You didn't film for Johannes the other day.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize, Johannes. You want me to go back and do that lecture again? Should I do that one for you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could just do that. We could, you could just stay after and we could do, well, there's an abnormal psych class. We'd have to compete with abnormal psych. No, it's developmental psych that comes after us. Okay, so, who else is missing? Let's see. Rebecca's not here yet. Blake, oh yeah, Blake's off golfing. The two chapters that we need to cover today are the chapters we've done organizing body, beginning and outlining, chapter 12, using language, and chapter 15, speaking to inform, and a little bit on chapter 13. We actually won't do anything with speaking to inform. You just need to read that chapter. There is a quiz on chapter 15. It will be due on the 19th when you get back. So you'll have like Monday to take it if you don't take it over break, but you can take it over break. Once again, it's 10 questions, true, false, multiple choice, 5 of each. And it's on Lucas Connect. There is not a quiz on chapter 13. I think I told people there was a quiz on chapter 13. There's not a quiz on chapter 13. But one of the things I want you to do on delivery is I want you to have a chance to practice and do self-evaluation. So most of you have laptops or notebooks or pads that you can record yourself. Many of you will have small cameras, flip cams, even most new photo cams will record to a card. If you don't have that, if you're far from home and you're going to stay and you don't have that, see me and I'll lend you one. Okay? So what I want you to do is, it doesn't have to be great quality because nobody's going to watch it but you. You're going to do a video of yourself. You're going to upload it to the appropriate spot in delivery. There is an assignment in delivery. You upload your video and you do a self-evaluation, and it's worth 10 extra credit points. For some of you, that's going to be it's going to make a little difference. Now, extra credit, there will be a number of extra credit. As I've said, if you're doing the homework assignments, there are homework assignments here. There are homework assignments under language. These are all extra credit. And if you're doing extra credit stuff and you're at a medium C and you've got lots of extra credit points, you'll move up to a B. Now you can't move from a medium C and you got huge amounts of extra credit points to an A. That can't happen, but you can move up one grade. So if you're at a B and you've done the homework assignments and you've done extra credit, you can move to an A. Even if you're at an F, and your speaking has been horrible and you haven't done a lot of the required assignments, but you do the extra credit stuff, you could still pass on the basis of extra credit. Because that means that you're trying. And that effort, while most employers will not reward effort, most employers will also give you another chance if you're making an effort. If you're slacking, most employers will just go, you're slacking and you don't do your job and you don't know how to do your job, I'm sorry, you're gone. But if you're really working hard and you're not accomplishing your job, most employers will say, okay, I'm going to give you another chance. Here's what you got to do, and they'll help you straighten up. Same here. If you're working hard but not getting the goal, I will reward that working hard from F to D. But that's as far as I'll go. That's another chance, okay? So that's the extra credit stuff. Let me get to my notes, and I will also show you where in the extra credit, where the assignments are. So speaking and listening. All right. So we want to go to the textbook. So I've got a number of things in the text that I want to review with you, but before we go there, we'll go to assignments here in Lucas. Let's just go back over. No assignments in chapter 11. Chapter 10, there is a quiz due tomorrow. So get it done before you go. 10 questions, I think. Chapter 12. There's a chapter 12 quiz due on the 19th. And there are exercises. This one counts for your regular grade. These are extra credit. And each of them is worth 10 points. Chapter 13, delivery. That's where you put your practice speech. You put it up there. And you do a self-evaluation. The self-evaluation would be very similar to what we have as your evaluation. Then chapter 15, we will not do chapter 15 in class. It is a chapter just on informative speaking, and there is a quiz, and it also is due on the 19th. So you can hold off, you can do some reading over the break, you can hold off until Monday when you get back, fine with me. Sunday when you get back, fine with me. But the practice, do some practicing and record one practice session. You should at least go through your speech twice. Let's talk about language. Let's talk about language first. So we're going to go back to chapter 12, using language. Here's my notes for today.
Is there not a quiz on the chapter 12 anymore? So there was one 2 nights ago, but it will only be quiz. And now it says just chapter 12.
Chapter 12, there's a quiz. What are you saying, Ashley? You went there and it wouldn't let you start it?
Yeah, like I clicked on next assignments and it wouldn't, like it was black, it wasn't blue, it wouldn't let me.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't open yet.
But now it just says chapter 15.
I will review that after class, and I'll have it open. It says it opens tomorrow, Ashley. It says it opens tomorrow. 3/8. The other one, the chapter 15, I just went, okay, open it now. And this one, the chapter 12, when I was doing that, I was thoughtful and thought, well, why have them take the quiz before we've gone over this material? But the chapter 15 one, I'm just going, no, what the heck? My fault. Okay? All right. So back to the book. Back to the book. Using language. Now you'll notice that at the very beginning, Lucas says, good speakers know how to use language accurately, clearly, vividly, appropriately, inclusively. Those are 5 qualities of your language that I want you to emphasize, right? Accurately, clearly, vividly, appropriately, and inclusively. We're going to touch on each of those. Lucas talks about them. But before we get to that, before we talk about using them accurately, clearly, vividly, inclusively, we need to define a couple of terms. The first 2 terms, the only 2 terms we need to define, are the terms denotation and connotation. This is a bit of rhetorical theory that is all that you need as speakers. You need to know that words have both denotation and connotation. Denotation is just your dictionary definition. So give me a word and we'll look up its denotation. Hannah, give me a word. Any word. That can be a word that you know.
Science.
Pardon me?
Science.
Science. Now, you notice what I did. I'm using Google Chrome. So in this box, this will serve as the search box. If you use Google as your search engine, all you have to do is type the word define, colon, space, the word you want a definition of. It will give you then a standard definition. Well, oh, that's right, I'm not using Google Chrome. Oh, I use Google Chrome every place else. On the Google. All right. Define, colon, science. And there it is. There's the denotation of science. Intellectual practice and activity encompassing systematic study of and structure, behavior, the physical and natural world. Okay? But that's not the only meaning of the word science, isn't it? Have you ever heard Dr. Science? Ask Dr. Science? Oh, go look that up sometime. It's a fun little podcast in which you have somebody saying, ask Dr. Science. I'm not a real doctor. He has a master's degree in science. Now, when you do that kind of thing, what kind of meanings does science take on? If we say something is science, it's science. Jordan, what do we mean? It's science. Can you argue with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but rhetorically, are you going to argue with science? It's science.
No.
No. You see advertisers talking about the science of shaving. Is shaving? I don't know because I don't do this. Stephen, is shaving a science? Do you get up in the morning and calculate how much stubble you have on your face? And how much foam you got to put there?
No.
Maybe Dwight does. Dwight is the cleanest shaven man in this class. Do you calculate? You just slap it on, right? Yet Gillette talks about the science of why?
Makes them sound smart.
Makes them sound smart. In your speaking, if you can use science, you gain credibility. It makes you sound smart. But how much do we actually know about science? Moby, how much do we actually know about science? The average American. How much do they actually know about science?
Probably not a lot.
Not a lot. 48%, some huge percent of Americans think that there actually is some controversy about evolution. There's no controversy about evolution, not among scientists. Evolution's a settled fact as far as science is concerned. The details, yes, the details get debated. That's as should be. Lots of Americans, almost half of Americans, maybe more, think that there's actually controversy about climate change. There's no controversy about climate change in science. 98% of climatologists would agree that the climate is changing and it's human caused. Most Americans don't know that because they don't know science. They don't know what science is, but you use science in a speech and you get away with a lot. Don't cheat. But science has denotations of being smart. It's science. I have a master's degree in science. I'm smart, right? Okay. That's denotation. Yeah, go away. I can't do anything about you. All right. Connotation and denotation. In Lucas, connotation is taken to simply mean all the emotional stuff. But that's not all that it means. It means all of the stuff that you bring with you when you hear a word, like the word science. All the ideas, all the feelings, all the facts that you know that come with that word. The difference between house and home. They both mean the building where you live, but home also means Trey, home also means where you're from. Home also means, Johannes, Germany. Home also means, Jordan,
Where I live right now.
where you live right now. Home also means, Chelsea, where you were born, where your heart is. Home is where the heart is. Even the simplest words bring lots of allusions, lots of thoughts, lots of other things. A good speaker knows about both the connotation of the word and the denotation of the word. They use words not only accurately, but also with real feeling. Where's my video? Oh, no. Here we go. I want to do the plague of bed bugs. Now you can stop it, Stephen. All right, here we go. The plague that our speaker used to make us feel that bed bugs weren't just a problem. What? Somebody said it. Somebody said it. Epidemic. There we go. Oh, we got her. Epidemic. What are some of the, what's the denotation of epidemic?
Like widespread.
Widespread. Widespread. What else is a part of the denotation of epidemic? It's widespread and it's what? Is it changing?
Yes.
Like how quickly?
Very.
Very. Okay. Now we're starting already to get to the connotations. What are some of the connotations of epidemic? Johannes, a connotation of epidemic. Would you want one? Something you don't want. A. Other connotation of epidemic. Stephen, give me another combination. It's something you don't want.
Disease.
Disease. It's disease, right? Okay. Another one. Dwight, give me another connotation of epidemic. It's something you don't want. It's disease. It's bad. Something you don't want, disease, bad. That's what you want your audience to think, right? What if I just said, Stephen, bed bugs are a big problem.
Okay.
Bed bugs are a plague upon college students.
That sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly. Where were you most frightened when you heard about bed bugs? What most frightened you? Courtney, what most frightened you? The location that you heard, you went, oh man, I didn't think of that. Where? Dorms. The location that most frightened you. We'll come back to Moby. Victoria's Secret. I mean, who thought about bed bugs in Victoria's Secret? And you notice the title. It's not the problem of bed bugs, it's the plague of bed bugs. This speaker has used language vividly. Is it fair? Is she accurate? We haven't heard the rest of the speech. Is she fair and is she accurate? That would be a question that we are entitled to raise on the basis of ethics. You want to use vivid language, but you can't represent a small problem as a plague. To do that is called demagoguery, and we don't want to indulge in that. This is an example of using language vividly and using language in a stylistically in a way that will enable you to capture your audience. We also don't want to use language accurately. So what we're going to do is play a little game. Here we go.
Okay.
How many of you played Mad Libs? Mad Libs party game, right? Everybody has played this. Mad Libs party game.